Hey guys, welcome back, and this is going to be my pickups for the month of March for video games. So starting off is actually going to be Split Fiction for the Xbox Series X. So I've mentioned before that I did play this game with my sister when I was supposed to play it with a friend of mine, but unfortunately he was not available. So I decided to play it with my sister, but I didn't play the Xbox version, as you will see here in a second. So overall, I thought the game was really good. Actually, not really good. I think it was excellent. And it's probably one of the best co-op experiences I've had in a long time. And just the amount of different genres crammed into a single game that works so perfectly is pretty incredible. And if you have friends or siblings, family members, or even a partner that you can play this game with, I highly recommend you do. You're not going to regret it. It is definitely one of the games that's going to be remembered throughout the rest of this year. And overall, just an amazing video game that I think should be enjoyed by everyone. So that was Split Fiction for the Xbox. And of course, next is Split Fiction again, but this time for PlayStation 5. I forgot to mention a little earlier that this game is cross-play, so if someone owns it on Xbox, you can play with someone on PlayStation. You just have to have your EA account linked to your Xbox account and your PlayStation account. But if you don't want to do that, you can just play with them on a single platform without doing that, I think. But yeah, once again, great game. So that was Split Fiction for PS5. Next up is going to be Transformers War for Cybertron. Well, I have played this game before, but on Xbox 360 back in the day, and I really enjoyed the game. I loved the campaign. I really found some enjoyment out of the multiplayer too. And from what I remember, the 360 version ran good, but then again, that's just me just looking back. It could have ran terribly. I'm not sure how the PS3 version of the game runs, and I'm a little scared to play it because some PS3 games tend to freeze up. That's just a product of the 7th generation era. But I'm really looking forward to replaying this game one of these days. And yeah, if you've never played Transformers War for Cybertron, it is an excellent action game. Unfortunately, it is pretty expensive. I paid $60 for this thing, and that's just pre-owned. But nostalgia is a very powerful thing, unfortunately. So that was Transformers War for Cybertron. Next up is going to be Guilty Gear Strive. So this is a 2D fighting game. These people are the ones that made the Dragon Ball FighterZ with the pretty amazing visuals. And they're known for having pretty amazing visuals in their fighting games, and this is no exception. So this is a franchise that's been long running for quite some time now, and I've heard of it, but I've never played any of their games until I played the Dragon Ball FighterZ game. And when this game came out, I wanted to have the game, but I just didn't prioritize, and I waited too long and it became difficult to find. Now these days, you can buy the ridiculous collector's edition or whatever that's available now that comes with DLC, but I found a copy of the original version of the game at GameStop, and I decided to purchase it. So that was Guilty Gear Strive. Next up is going to be Resident Evil 3 Remake for PS5. So I got rid of the PS4 version with my Downsizing Games 3 video, and the reason I got rid of it is because I bought this copy. And I initially intended to keep this copy sealed, but as you saw, this is a gutted copy from GameStop where they only had one copy and then they opened it and they put the case for display. So yeah, I got a brand new copy, and that's unfortunate, but I found out later that I actually don't own this game digitally when I thought I did. So in a way, it's a good thing that it wasn't sealed, but it's still kind of annoying that GameStop still practices this instead of printing out a fake printout and putting it in a GameStop case and just throwing it up on the display. But it is what it is. Resident Evil 3 Remake is a good game. It is not my favorite out of the remakes, but it's still a good game enough to play it. And I honestly recommend you get this if you don't have the PS4 version, because this game is only $30. So that was Resident Evil 3 Remake. And of course, following that is going to be Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. This game also got ported over to PS5 with some visual enhancements and stuff. And this comes with all the DLC on disc except for the Chris DLC. That's a free DLC that you can download whenever you want, but a majority of the content is on the disc. And overall, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7. It's a great game. It was a reinvention for the franchise that it desperately needed, given how Resident Evil 6 turned out. And I did play a little bit of this and even 3 when they first were put out for PS5, but I haven't really delved fully into these versions of the game. I did the auto trophy pop. I know I used to be that type of person, but I'm no longer that type. But this game I was intending on keeping it sealed because I do have this game digitally, and unfortunately it was gutted. And even more unfortunately, there's a couple of scuff marks on the actual disc itself, which I probably could have returned the game, but you know how GameStop is when it comes to returning new gutted copies. They just assume that you open them and you're trying to scam them. So if I really want to, I can just purchase a new copy of the game from Best Buy or somewhere else. But it is what it is. The game does work. I did install it and I did play a little bit of it. But yeah, that was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. Next up is going to be the Suikoden remaster games. So I never heard of this franchise before until they announced this remaster, and I honestly was not intending on picking this up because I actually didn't. My best friend actually gifted this to me this month, and I'm very grateful for the gift, and I will be definitely trying it out. And I'm hoping that I like this more than the Dragon Quest III remake, but we'll find out. So that was Suikoden, the remasters. Next up is going to be the Karate Kid Street Rumble. Just like the last game, my best friend gifted this to me for the month of March. That's because it is actually my birthday month, so he sent these over and I'm very grateful. I'm hoping this karate game is fun, and it looks to be like a beat 'em up game, so I'm sure there's going to be some enjoyment out of it. So that was the Karate Kid Street Rumble. Alright, next up is going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is the newest entry of the franchise and probably the most controversial one of the franchise. And honestly, as of right now, I am really enjoying the game. Now, I know this game is not for everybody. If you don't like Ubisoft style of open world games, this game is not going to change your mind. And if you didn't like the direction the series went after Origins, this game is not going to change your mind either. There's a lot of different things you can do. This game isn't as hand-holdy as the previous entries, but you can make it that way if you want to. I'm about 15 hours into the game. I'm still playing as Naoe. I still haven't beat the first act, and I'm doing as much as I can with the viewpoints, the enemy camps, as well as the other like temple stuff that you can do, as well as the side quests. And yeah, I don't think this game deserves all the shit it gets. I think it's a pretty decent game, but I don't think it's anything that's gonna be remembered for the long run. And overall, I am enjoying the game for what it is, and I'm glad I purchased it. And I'm hoping by the time I roll credits, I don't get tired of it, because I am 15 hours in, I'm still in Act 1. And you know how Ubisoft likes to bloat their games. But yeah, so far it's fun, and I'm glad I'm playing it. And it's totally up to you if you want to purchase it, or you want to wait for the inevitable deep discount that Ubisoft games always have a month or two after release. So that was Assassin's Creed Shadows. Next up is going to be Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. So this is the newest remaster of a game from the franchise, and this game was initially stuck on Wii U, and now it's been remastered and ported over to Switch, completing the entire Xenoblade Chronicles saga on a single console, which that in of itself is really cool. I've played through the first game, the second game, the standalone expansion. I haven't played 3, and I'm honestly going to play 3 before I play this game, but I wanted to own this game on release in case it becomes harder to find, because the first 2 games and the DLC expansion became difficult to find after some time. They're more readily available now, but I don't want to risk it. And this is basically Transformers Xenoblade Chronicles. So that was Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And last but not least is going to be Atelier Yumiya, the newest entry of the franchise. I've heard of this franchise. I have a couple of the games. I have yet to play a single one. I'm more than likely going to start with this one. And they're basically like alchemy simulators with like action JRPG combat. And they look like they're fun and they're cozy. And I'm willing to give this franchise a try. And I will be trying it with this one. Hopefully I like it so that I can delve back into the other ones I already own and really enjoy the franchise. So that was Atelier Yumiya. So that was all the games I picked up for the month of March. Once again, I would like to ask you what you picked up for the month of March. Did you pick anything up? Did you pick up Assassin's Creed Shadows or Xenoblade Chronicles X? Or maybe Atelier Yumiya? Or are you just going through the games that you already own and just playing with whatever you feel like playing? Anyways guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.